Smith.
We should be live now.
Let me check and let me do the Yep.
Okay, awesome. Bring mine up too.
Yeah, so coach, you were saying happy Monday.
Yeah, I had a great weekend. Had a great Monday, and I'm looking forward to an awesome week. And I will be in Jamaica this coming week, next week and a half.
Oh,
So
so that sounds like a great week already.
yeah, yeah, definitely. You got to plan in life. So I plan to have a good week. And as a matter of fact, the month just started today. I'm planning to have a wonderful month. I'm actually planning to have a good end of the year going into the new year. So everything is in order and just waiting for great things to continue to happen.
Sounds sounds good. I can say likewise. I had the middle of the year was very challenging, but things are starting to take shape. And yesterday, lots of work in the photo studio, lots of plans for early next year to summer. Today was a good meeting,
Mhm,
and passive income is really the name of the game right now for the studio. I have to really focus on passive income.
mhm.
Again, which is a great topic of today, money.
Yeah, definitely. This is a very important topic. Definitely. So, same question to you. How was your weekend and how was your week? And what's your plan?
Oh, Mike, to me, um, yeah, this week, well, at the end of the week was all about the studio, just getting ready, spending, investing in the studio. The plan this week is to finish um, about 50 to 60% of the studio
Mhm,
and start to script some videos, intentional videos, in order to gain more business versus like I had two calls from Google today versus just the regular calls that come in. The goal would be to really attack the market and go after other brands or businesses or photographers or um, all of those, to have all of that come in. Really, the advertising versus marketing approach, they're very, very different. So that's really I'm going to start the week strong. Like even now, 10 minutes ago, I had a marketing conversation. I have the inside track because I know the person. So
mhm.
that gives me a lot of insight. That gives me a lot. Also later on, even thinking about knowing the people, um, we talked about just piloting certain ideas. And in the near future, I have a person that runs a basketball facility out of Philly. So just proximity wise, he will be my first pilot to do something with photography on a different scale. And then who knows? Florida might be the, stop two, because I think I know somebody in Florida that has something to do with sports. So that might be another opportunity. So
Yeah, definitely, man. Sounds good. All right. Well, tonight's topic is, money. So we all need that. Money puts value on things, we all need it. We all work hard, so we can have that money to be able to support our family. But before we get into it, I want to introduce myself. I'm Savon Smith, founder of Savon's Academy Stars. It's a basketball program with the city of Royal Palm Beach in West Palm Beach. Wife, you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, good night, everyone. I'm Cardia Smith. Work at a restaurant that's in Jamaica. Pretty much, I spend most of my days there.
Mr. Hector. Mr. Three. Oh, Pierre is on too.
Pierre's on. Yeah, let's.
Pierre, are
Uh,
you?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a while. Yeah, man. Today I didn't go to work today. My name is Pierre Abraham. I'm a FedEx courier. And also a part-time investor like you guys. Try to get a goal, set a goal higher for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. On you now, Hector.
I'm trying to be fancy. Give me 1 sec. So check it out. I want everybody to start using this. Give us some. There it is. So I'm fancying it up right now for you. I'm showing off. So that's my IG. I'm a photographer from New York. I'm a tech guy by day and also a crypto investor. And part-time investor like PR, like Abraham said, But I definitely want to switch the part-time to full-time. So cashing in,
Yes, definitely. Hey, man, we love you being on, man. You're official.
So I'm going to say this before I forget. This fancy thing right here is free. You can do this with, it's called ManyCam, and you can get your lower thirds. And I can walk on the computer. I can walk you through setting this up. It's 2 clicks. It looks super impressive, but it really isn't. And I'm just toggling between the lower thirds and, being fancy with it, but it's not fancy at all. It's very simple. So obviously I got the founding players up and we're talking crypto, stocks, and financial literacy. Let's get it.
Okay, definitely. Well, I'm going to start this off, about trade. We all trade every day. We all love to trade. That's why we're all here, because we're trying to build our portfolio. So we'll get into trade. We all need things. So the word trade, we all need things, so we trade them pretty much. I make shirts, you grow food. I want what you have, you want what I have, and we trade. It's as simple as that. So if I make shirts and you make food, we trade. So there's a third thing that came into play, which is money. So money pretty much gives us an opportunity to want more than food and more than shirts. So that's why the conversation tonight is pretty much money. And the reason why we're speaking about money is because we have this new form of payment, which is cryptocurrency. So it is a form of money. The power was always in us as humans, to be able to trade, because we want things. So the financial system that's been around for over 100 years, it's time for a change. So with the opportunity to use cryptocurrencies to buy things, we have a chance now to also create wealth, from this opportunity that we have, and that's the topic of tonight. So I just wanted to mention that. But Hector. You can hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I hear you, coach.
Yeah. So with the topic of tonight, like I said, trade, you know, you make food and I make shirts and we trade, and money came to be because we needed more things to be able to trade, so money provided that opportunity to be able to buy different things from different people, you know, and again, it puts value on things, money does. And now we have cryptocurrencies that we could use as a form of money, so I elaborated on it a little bit. You mind just
Oh no,
elaborating?
not at all. So there, we've talked about holding for dear life, and honestly, that is the reason why that concept even became a concept, right? Not only are you able to um, trade that money or that crypto for something else at a much higher value, but you can also hold it and wait. And right now, a lot of people are starting and I say a lot of people because now it's almost mainstream, right? It's kind of cool to talk about cryptocurrency or trading or stocks. It's what the cool kids are doing. But people are starting to understand that with time, you can hold, and I'm going to use Bitcoin as an example shortly. You can hold and you can wait and you can wait and you can wait. Now it's 10 times, it's 4 times, it's 3 times, it's 2 times, whatever it used to be. That gives you a lot of flexibility. So, Coach mentioned cash or money or currency. Um, we know that if we go to Jamaica or we go to Dominican Republic, our U.S. dollar, it's helpful in other countries. If we go to England, not so much. If we go to Tokyo, not so much. But if we go to Jamaica, Dominican Republic, um, we'll be all right. So we know that the value shifts in different places. That's a whole forex conversation, and that's an whole inflation conversation. But the idea with holding currency right now, if you really understand what cryptocurrency is going to do, you will hold a lot longer, and you will hold uh, different. We already talked about this. We'll hold different coins more often. We'll diversify ourselves. I mean, not to steer too much away from the point, but we're going to see a massive shift in what Facebook is doing in new environments, new VR, AR environments. For example, the whole metaverse, right? That's a whole nother concept. People are calling it, and I'm not fully versed yet, they're calling it Web 3.0. Web 2.0 was social media almost. It gave the internet a different spin. Now there's going to be a new spin, and that new spin is going to incorporate what Coach you talked about already is currency and trading, and it's all going to be very, very entwined. We've seen it. The example that I was going to give when large companies started agreeing that Bitcoin is currency, that Bitcoin will have excess value later. So what they were doing is smartly they were starting to take Bitcoin as a form of currency, and a little bit of time and a little bit of effort. Now that Bitcoin is worth 10, 20, 30, 40 times what it used to be. I mean, there's a guy that paid for a pizza in Bitcoin, and now that pizza's whatever it was worth, it was like 17,000, some ridiculous amount. You can look it up. But he paid for a pizza in Bitcoin, not thinking or not knowing that Bitcoin would be where it is today. So yeah, currency and the way that we trade is in the next 10, 15 years, it's going to be very different. I mean, it's already been different in the last year, but just wait 10, 15 years. That's a whole ball game, and I'm ready for that. Or I'm getting ready for that, rather. I'm getting ready.
Yeah, and to touch on, the last thing you just said, about getting ready for that. It's a wonderful feeling to know that it's not really that mainstream yet. And, we have an opportunity to build wealth, or we should say we have an opportunity to accumulate, you know. So let's make that a very, very special word, accumulate, you know. And I'll use this for instance. Let's just talk about IDEX, Ideonomics, and that's a stock, not a cryptocurrency. So that stock I bought at $1.50, and it went to about $2.50, call it that. Don't quote me that that's what it went. I'm using those numbers. And let's just say it drops back down to where I bought it at 150. That's more opportunity for me to accumulate more at a lower cost. And that's the thing that I love about stocks and cryptocurrency, you know, is we can get in early at the low, and it's volatile enough for it to go high and come back low. So what that does is it really gives us an opportunity to really and truly accumulate, you know. And again, that's a very, very special word, you know, that will let ring a bell today. And the reason why I want to let accumulate ring a bell is because we need to learn patience. You know, patience is so important in our lives. If we can have patience, we can really grow our wealth, because that same $1.50 stock or cryptocurrency that goes to $2.50 is volatile and is going to revisit those low numbers. Okay, especially with the opportunities that people have, it's not going to come to you so easy to be able to just get rich overnight or gain a lot of money overnight. It's going to take work. So it's a real true opportunity to put in or accumulate as much as you can at a low cost. Because if you could be patient enough, and sometimes it seems like people aren't patient, but if you look at it, if you could work a 9 to 5 for almost 365 days a year, you must have some patience to do that for umpteen years and then retire. That takes a lot of patience.
40.
What was that?
40.
For 40 years?
Yeah, plus, you know,
Yeah.
if I'm just using a 9 to 5, the ideology of, so I don't, not to interrupt, but the ideology of the savings, you know, in the shoebox, or the savings, you know, and this is a brown black people, we're talking about financial literacy. We were brought up by savers, not investors. So the idea of saving is the poorest thing you can do. The poorest thing you can do is save money. Rich don't save, they invest. And that investment takes time. You know, to your point, it takes time. I don't know if this is a real meme, but I've seen a meme that Jeff Bezos says to Warren Buffett. It could be true. I don't know if it's true. I'm just saying it's a meme. Jeff Bezos says to Warren Buffett, wow, you know, Warren, your system is perfect. Something like that, right? Your system is, why aren't more people doing that? And Warren's answer is a very simple answer. Nobody wants to get rich slow. It's a great answer. That's a classic Warren Buffett answer. Like, the idea of generational wealth, think about generational wealth. It takes a generation to become wealthy. I am giving my kids a 3-family house when I'm done and dead. Now they can start without having to pay rent. So they're already 30% richer than the regular person. They're already 30% richer because 30% of your money goes to rent. So if we get an investment, now when I get an investment property in North Carolina, that's theirs too. So I'm changing one generation. When they do something with it, then they're changing the second generation. There's your generational wealth. But we were raised by savers. At least I was. I was raised by a saver, not an investor. And you know, to your point is, it takes patience to be able to see that, you know, That what is it? The leprechaun thing. It's a little late. I haven't had coffee in like 12 hours. The end of the rainbow pot of gold. It takes a vision to be able to see that pot of gold is over there. It takes time, patience. But I mean, look at this last year. This is nothing. Have you seen gains? I know I've seen gains in a year.
Mhm.
The question is more information and then more investing in that sector with more information. That's really the big answer. And sorry, this is all fresh in my head. I'm gonna just get this last point out. We're 9 flips away from $1 million. 9 flips away from $1 million. That means 100% gain 9 times. I know you have seen 9 investments go 100x.
Mhm.
I know you've seen 9. I've seen 9, and I'm barely looking. Right, 9. So that means 2 turns into 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 16. I'm sorry, 8 to 6 to 16, 16 to 32, 32 to 64, 1 208, 256, 512, 1 million. That's only 9 times you got to do this.
Mhm.
9 flips. It's not simple, but it takes patience and knowledge. And you know what? I'm gonna put $2,000 on that. Okay, no, it's 4 now. I'm gonna take those 4 and I'm gonna put my eggs in that basket. You know, not all the eggs, but it's just the idea of it's just 9 if you really break it down in simplicity. And the Buffetts have been doing this forever. People like Buffett have been doing this for 3 generations. 3 generations is forever. That's an accumulation of, 80 to 100 years. That's forever. It's a long time, 3 generations, it's 100 years. But think about the wealth that's come out of those families. And that's not getting rich quick. That's not a Jeff Bezos story. That's not a Bill Gates story. That's overnight almost success compared to the Warren Buffetts of watching the stock market since the beginning of time. But anyway, patience, absolutely, 100%. We need an applause on this. Like, we need to hit an applause button. I'll work on that.
I'll do the clap. No, but this is this is one of the best opportunities that I ever seen in my lifetime, and I can guess that it's one of the best opportunity that the people before us, you know, have seen, which they haven't seen. But I'm just saying, there's got to be like one of the best opportunities, man. Because when you go back to the history of, like I said, just trading still exists now, and that was the first way of getting something that, we all wanted, was to trade it, and we still have that process now. We just have a third good, which is that money, and cryptocurrency is that new way, like you said, in internet point 3, and is like, it's amazing what's happening, and we're right there. We're right at the beginning, and it's like so amazing. Like, I'm just gonna keep on saying it. It's so amazing. Like you said, we were raised by savers. We weren't. A lot of us, I should say, was raised by people who taught you to save. Save your money. But in actuality, man, if you save for a car, if a car costs $10,000 and you save for that car and you buy that car, it depreciates. But the good part of saving is if you save and you bought a house, you saved to pretty much invest. That savings that you saved became an investment because you put it in something that is going to go up in years, or probably even right away, so you can save to invest. Like currently I'm saving in investing, so you're totally right. Do you want to save money to buy something that goes down in value, or do you want to save money to buy something that goes up in value? Every day I go to work and I come home ready to invest, as you said. I don't really look at it as saving, but it is in a way you're saving while you're investing because your money is going to grow. The money that you're saving is going to grow. Sometimes it'll take that dip, but if you believe in what you're investing in, it's going to go up over time, and that's what takes a lot of patience, you know. And I love being on the YouTube because it helps us to form a group of people who has we all have the same goal, and it's going to take patience. So we all motivate each other. And in the process, we want to motivate people that we don't know who might be watching our channels, watching our channel. And we're not financial advisors, but we're sharing because we have passion for what we're doing. So for those out there who's listening to us, you do your own research and you figure out what, stock or coins you want to get involved in, and you just go about it, just go about it. Because this opportunity right here is so wonderful. It's wonderful. I can't say it no better than that. And the key word, accumulate. And I love to go to work every day to accumulate. I never had opportunities like that. Imagine going to work and say, man, I'm going to save. Doesn't work. I go to work and I say, hey, this money that I made today, I'm going to go accumulate something. You mentioned before, like it could take one stock to change your life. Let's use Facebook. They changed their name to Meta, and then I've had Decentraland, for almost a year, and it hasn't moved. I think I bought Decentraland when it was like 20 cents. I see your mouth moving, Hector, but I didn't hear
said, damn.
you.
Yeah, and Coach, I knew about the Central. We talked about it, right? We talked about the Decentraland. We talked about the idea of, I think I talked about Earth 2 before. People are selling land. Like you can buy Jamaica, you can buy all of Jamaica probably. Or just do this. Buy this is I'm giving Cardi homework. Buy where you are right now in Earth 2. Go to Earth 2, buy it in Ethereum where you are right now. And you can go to sleep with a happy thought that in a different world, in Earth 2, you own that entire it might be hard to get the whole county, but you can at least own the strip of the block that you live on. This is where the world is going. We're valuing different things. You value, people are valuing, I mentioned this before. I don't care about Gucci. I wear my friends' brands or people that I shoot for. I wear their brands. I like to wear their hats. What is that? Oh, that's my people. This is their stuff. But the world is shifting. I'm sorry, I didn't want to steal any thunder from Decentraland. It just kind of irked me a little bit because Facebook talks about it. This is why it happened. Facebook is going meta, so the people are going to jump on the strongest system that is handling that. Now, here's the concept. I'm thinking Facebook has a habit. Coach, take notes on this. You probably already know it, but if you didn't know it, take notes. Facebook has a habit of buying what they cannot compete with. It's smart. Smart.
That's a good concept.
It's a good concept. It's a very old Napoleon type of concept. Take over what's a threat. Take it over. Right? And this is old. This is old war. This is how barbarians took over everything. It's a threat. We want that, or we want that, or we want that. Right? So Facebook bought WhatsApp. Facebook bought WhatsApp because it was a communication mechanism that was not only a small threat, but it would take them time to build. And then you have to say to people, hey, you can use our system. You can't compete with Habit. So they bought it. And The people at WhatsApp loved it. They became instant millionaires, some billionaires. Real simple. Instagram. When Instagram was first rolled out, it was rolled out on all iPhone, not all iPhones, but iPhones. It was rolled out as an app on the iPhone. Here comes Facebook and says, we want that. We don't want to rebuild that. We want that. Google does the same thing. Microsoft has done the same thing. All of these companies are what they do. They don't want to rebuild it because it already, I'll give you a perfect example. And I'll close with this one because this I think is the best example. Beats by Dr. Dre. Apple bought it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't buy the technology. Beats by Dre are garbage. Garbage. They really are. The technology, Apple can do 10, 20, 30 times better technology than that. But what did they really buy? What did Apple buy? They bought the people. They bought the people. The people that Dre is speaking to, they bought those people. So now they have the people's information. Facebook calls it data mining. You're the product. You put your information in. You're saying, hey, I'm 27. I'm this. I live here. I'm not 27, by the way. I know I look 27 some days, but so I'm 27.
Better
I'm
yet,
here.
you look 18.
18. I like 27 though. 27 was a good time for me. My mid late 20s. So
Okay.
they're buying the data. Facebook buys data. They don't buy products. You become the product because you're data. So with this metaverse, Decentraland is the biggest player in the game. So when Facebook said we're going meta, and I should have been thinking about this, but I'm not. I'm thinking about other things. That's why this group is important to me, to keep me honest. But that's the reason why Decentraland shot up, because they're the biggest competitor right now to Facebook. And again, what does Facebook do? They don't make gold. It's not whatever they touch, it becomes gold. It's just that people take them seriously. And, that it jumped overnight. What was the X overnight?
What was the, you said what
was the
goal-
flip overnight? Yeah. How did it?
Overnight? I believe overnight it went from, because it started moving from 20 to
Yeah.
about 80 cents, and it was 80 cents, 70 cents for a while.
Yeah.
And then I think overnight it went from like $1.70 to about $3 and change. $1 something to about $3 and change.
Just this is I'm sorry, we going back real quick, and I'm fresh with this because I just had a conversation about this. We talk about a generation of savers, right? The bank gives you 3%, really 1%. Let's say the bank gives you 10% in 10 years, which they don't. But that's your basic IRA, that's your basic 401, that's your basic any type of return. A good year is a 10 to 12% return. An average return is 7%. There is nothing that will give you the biggest jump than cryptocurrency or a stock that goes up 50% in a year, that goes up 20% in a year, that goes up literally overnight. It goes up 1x or 2x or 3x in a couple of days, even a month. Let's say it goes 3 times in a month. Unheard of. Unheard of. There's nothing that you can sell to get 3 times your money. To be vulgar about it, you can't sell crack and get 3 times your money overnight. It's not gonna happen. There's nothing that you can sell that you're gonna make 3 times your money overnight. The margins are not that high on anything that you sell. Doesn't matter what you're selling. It's just impossible. But stocks can do it. Crypto has obviously done it. Decentralized is a perfect example. Facebook talked about it 2 days later. Decentraland goes up 3 times. It's scary.
Now, here's the thing. We all need to start tying the knots, because if you check out the use case of all these cryptos that's on the market, you can actually buy and get in now. And as I say, the major word, accumulate. Even when it's not moving, you accumulate. Because just like you spoke about saving, save your money in something that nobody's talking about, especially if you know what the use case is. I'm taking notes as you're talking. Let me use BAT, for instance, basic attention token. And you may know a lot more about this than I do, because I know you're the crypto guy, but I know enough to know that I need to get in before it becomes mainstream. I know enough to know that it's going to make a difference. And I say that because, yes, I had Decentraland. Yes, it went from 20 cents to over $4, and I think it went to $4, almost $5. Just say it went to almost $5 from 20 cents. And I hold that. But at the end of the day, is it mainstream yet? No, it's not. So I'm not looking for overnight money. This is me. This is me sharing my experience, that I'm not looking for, I'm not looking for 20,000 to go buy a car.
Let's throw this sword into it real quick. Let's make this small number. And I'm not saying we're doing it, but let's people that will spend in a month $300, $400, $500 on nonsense. Nonsense, right? Let's multiply that by let's say 3 to 5. So that's 3 to 5,000 a year. Can you imagine if you put $300 on the top 10 or the top 12 cryptos a month? Just think about that. It killed me to talk about. I'm bitter as hell. It's killing me to talk about Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu, right? It's killing me because that spiked like Bitcoin back in the day. 1 year ago, $1,000. And again, it's not about getting, get quick schemes, but $1,000 last March in SHIB is 128,000 today. So think about 3,000. That's almost $500,000. That's 3 and change. If it had been 3,000 every month, you invest a little bit. And again, who would have known? But you talked about Doge, and here comes a new dog, and we joked about vet. If you need a vet, you need another dog, right? Think about that. In March, it's incredible.
But these opportunities, you speak of it like that, but the world turns. And
for
while
sure.
you're speaking about it, another one
There's
is
another
getting
one
formed.
right now.
So whatever you miss, you never worry about it, even though it bothers you.
Facts.
You just move on to the next thing, because I can literally tell you, again, I'm no financial advisor, but I was just speaking on BAT. I can pretty much tell you that BAT change your life. Basic attention token. It's about ads, advertising. We watch a lot of YouTube videos, we see ads, and this is a coin that's going to pay you. So as I said, a lot more about it, but just speaking of BAT right now is it's $1. Just call it, it's $1 for BAT. $1, $1 US. Okay. You know how much of that you could buy? Tesla right now is $1,000, or call it 11, going to $1,200. Tesla was $400. How many shares of Tesla can a normal person get? Even though Tesla is where it's at today, do the numbers. If I have 2 of those, I can go and maybe put a down payment on a house. That's cool. But Bitcoin was once $1. Tesla was once $1, maybe $3. Let's use $3. Tesla was once $3. Where are the people that got in when it was $3 and took it to 1,000, still sitting on it right now when it's over 1,000, almost $1,200? These are the opportunities that you just spoke about. And we're having it right now. Even when you miss something, you just have to, that word diversification is the important thing, because you could literally diverse, and over the next, you even give yourself a year, and over a year's time, you will make money. So what you spoke about, the opportunities here in a lot of things, it's there. It's are we going to take it serious enough to make sure we diverse and get some money in those opportunities that's out there? You spoke about crypto. I'm going to just give a brief analysis about stocks and how stocks go up anywhere from, I'm going to use 100. I'm not even going to use a small number as 50%. goes up anywhere on a normal basis. It goes up anywhere from 100% to maybe 700%. Stocks can normally do that, those type of numbers. Okay, so pretty much if you put $100 in and it goes up 100%, you now have $200. You know, so I mean, anytime you could double your money, that's wonderful. You know, I've doubled and tripled a lot on the stock market, buying stocks. I have Moderna. I've done well with Moderna, coming from $30 to going over $495. And I still hold
10x,
that. Yeah,
easily 10x.
and I still hold that in my retirement account. And I'm not letting that go. You know, so look at crypto though. I said up to 700% stocks, or even like you said, 10x. But with crypto, my God, from 700% to 10,000%. It's amazing. The opportunities out there is just amazing. It's like as long as you study meaning find the use case of what these coins do. And you're the perfect person for that, to be honest with you. I'm great at motivating. One thing that I could do is push children to be the best that they could be. That's what I've always been doing since I know myself, is to push somebody else. And from what I see from you, Hector, you understand crypto very, very well.
Well, you just motivate me to, I missed that shot. Go get the ball now. Go shoot again.
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
hustling down court right now. Absolutely.
Exactly. So never ever look at the situation. Never ever look at Shiba Inu and said, if I invested in it 11 months ago and put 1,000, I would be a billionaire today. That's gone. It's past. And the funny thing is, you still can make money in Shiba Inu right now. That's the funny thing. But what's the next thing that you could do that in?
You know what? I just posted BAT on there, and I knew about BAT when I was talking about Tron. I was going back and forth before I joined the group, and the conversation was Tron, VET, and BAT. And I believe I'm gonna have to check my clarifier on it, or fact check myself. I believe BAT is off the Tron, the way that some coins are off of the Ethereum backbone. Hathorn just jumped on, and Shay just jumped on. We didn't acknowledge him. Hello, guys. How you doing?
What was that?
No, I just Hathorn jumped on, and Shay jumped on, and I thought about saying the name out loud.
Okay.
So BAT runs off of the Tron network the way that ADA runs off of Ethereum. So it runs off the same backbone, the same technology. Chainlink is also off the Ethereum. There's some coins that the framework is off of another coin. So I remember BAT some time ago. No, but you're absolutely right. There's going to be definitely another coin. Some coins, I just do want to just make sure I add this. Some coins don't have the potential because of how many coins there are. They don't have the potential to be $1 coin or be 10 cents or be $100, or it's not just about the amount of people. Example, for SHIB to make $1, if my math is right, it will require 4 trillion market cap. Right now, the market cap for all coins is a little over 2 trillion, if my math is right. All coins, including the big dog, Bitcoin. So for SHIB to get to a point where it's like, wow, that means that it's got to go to 4 trillion. The odds of that, gold is at 19 trillion. The odds of that are very, 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 very low. By the time it gets a little bit of momentum, to your point, Coach, there'll be another coin. And people will jump on that coin to ride that coin for X amount.
All right, so let me pause you right there, Hector, because this is a lesson for a lot of people, and I'm glad that we're talking about this and you're breaking it down like that. And again, I'm great at motivating people to do what they're supposed to do to get to where they got to get to. The knowledge that you just spilled out, be a millionaire right now. Pretty much. We know it takes time, but with the knowledge that you just spill out and understanding the amount of coins can affect the pricing, check out all the opportunities and on the crypto market, check their market caps like you know how to, and invest your money wisely. Simple as that.
It goes back what you said. You know, we talk sports a lot, right, on this channel, or we use sport analogies. You got to look at the top 10 players, and when it gets crunch time, it's the final four, right? Now you have Shib that made it. I think it's like number 6 or 7 because of the market cap. The market cap tells a big story. The market cap says, let's use sports again, because I like using sports. Is everybody healthy on the team? No. You got 2 guys hurt. The guy that can bring the ball down court, he's not mentally ready. We know it's not going to be a good game. So that's your market cap. That tells you a lot of what's going to happen. The other thing is the amount of coins. People overlook that all the time. They go crazy. But the amount of coins says that means that the market cap has to be at a ridiculous pace in order to make this coin a dollar or $100 or whatever it is. But going back to the patience, and this is good for me too. This is an exercise for me because you motivated me to dial back a little bit. We don't need 10x. We need 3% here and there. The analogy that I gave on the last channel, the last conversation, right, was Facebook doing arbitrage for a year, or not Facebook, Mark doing bouncing. And I didn't do the math, but the math is probably a very low percentage. But if you keep doing that same percentage over and over and over again, you're going to make some money. Quick analogy. Let's just talk money. I give you $100. You give me back $103 every week. I give you 100, you give me back 103. By the end of the month, that's 3 times 4, that's $12 I just made. By the end of the year, it's $120 I didn't work for on just 3%. That's what credit cards do all day long at a much higher percentage, right? You spend X amount, you give me X amount. We don't have to, and this is me talking to me right now. I have to do arbitrage. I have to watch a coin, make my 3%, get in and get out. Watch it again till it drops 2.5%, and then ride it up again for 2.5%. Get in and get out. I can ride one for 1.5.
Pause.
Go ahead.
I want you to, because you're saying these things, and we're live, and I want you to understand what you're saying, and I want people out there to understand what you're saying, and I want you to use what you're saying, because that's what I do. So that's what the rich people is doing. That's why
100%.
That's why crypto is volatile. There's opportunities there. I'll give an example and I'll let you continue. I had Decentraland, like I said, at 20 cents. It went to over $4 and change. I have, this is my phone, if you can see it, this is my cell phone. My son is 22, okay? And me and him had this conversation. I have a record in my phone, texting Xavier and saying, I have it. I can send it to you. I can screenshot it and I can show you that I said to my son, put some money in Decentraland now. He was at work. Stop what you're doing. Put some money in Decentraland right now because Facebook changed their name to Meta. The writing is always on the wall. I said, do it now. He didn't do it. Didn't do it. So when it went up to $4, I called him. I said, did you do it? I already knew he didn't. And he said, no, he didn't do it. I don't want to hold his hand. I want him to understand, don't keep missing out on opportunities. If I'm telling you something, trust and believe. Do your own research and get involved. Okay? But it's my son. I told him what he needed to do. Okay? Know what he said to me? I'm going to go and put $1,000 in right now. I said, don't do that. I said, don't do that. It's at $4, Xavier. You're going to lose your money. I said, why? He said, how come? I said, it's volatile. It's going to revisit a lower number. It's going to consolidate. It's going to revisit a lower number. You're going to lose. You're going to put in 1,000 and it's going to drop down to 500. You're going to lose half your money. How do you know that? Because that's what it does. Nothing goes up in a straight line and keeps going. It's not going to happen. So I told him, put your money into a coin that's below $1, and I'll tell you what that coin is that you need to put in. And I said, do your own research, but I will share my knowledge with you. And I sent him 3 videos to watch. Today, invest in that company. Well, this morning, Monday morning, first thing he did after making the mistake that he made by not going into Decentraland, when I sent him the information and said, go in now. Now he don't want to miss out on anything, and he went right in. Now he's investing across the board when I've been telling him over and over, do your own research. You have me as a guide. I will share information with you and invest. Okay, don't count on the fact that I'm going to be there to support you. I said, if I'm a millionaire and you're a millionaire, that's 2 millions. You know, so I try to explain it to my son like that. But again, you, Hector, making great points, but we all on this channel have to see what we need to do that the rich is also doing. I use Digibyte as an example. Digibyte goes from 4 cents to 5 cents. From 5 cents back to 4 cents. From 4 cents to 5 cents. From 5 cents back to 4 cents. Repetitively. So when you put in at 4 cents and it goes up to 5 cents, you sell it. Wait for it to come back to 4, put in again. When it goes back to 5, sell it again. And do that as many times as it's going to do it. Because eventually it's going to create a new high. And right now, Digibyte is 6 cents to 5 cents. 6 cents to 5 cents. Before it was 5 cents to 4 cents. 5 cents to 4 cents. Now it's 6 cents to 5 cents. It went all the way up to 7 cents. You know, so that just speaks to what you were just explaining. So I just wanted to point that out, because that you're speaking of is what you actually need to do, because we're trying to change our lives.
Yeah, and using the Facebook, absolutely. And while you're talking, I'm looking at Decentralized Mana, and they literally went overnight. It went overnight from I think that the jump was roughly around what you mentioned, like 70, 80 cents on the 28th, and then it bounced to 4 and change on the 30th. So give it 2 days, and it rumbled up like crazy. And you were right, the coin did stabilize, so it went to 4. It went to like 4 and change. It's at 334 right now.
But
So that's a whole dollar.
But before it went to 334, where it's at right now, it went and revisited low $2, low. So that's half your money that you would actually lose. And I was correct, because if you look at where it went from hitting 4 something, it went half. So if my son would have put that $500 or 1,000 in, he would have lost half that money. He would have gained some of it back, but a lot of people don't have the patience to understand that. But you know what I told him? I said, son, your father is already in, and I'm in at the ground level, brother. So no matter where it goes, it'll never get back low unless it decides to go 20 cents. So I said, I'm in there. Find something else. Continue. Find something else to invest in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking at. I got to do my research on BAT, but I believe it's off the Tron. You know, Tron's still at a cent, but they're very related. And I put a few in the chat of coins that are kind of related. You know, the Chainlink and the Decentralized, the Mana, the BAT, and going back to Web 3.0. And to your point, Coach, BAT is definitely a player. They're It has to do with security. It has to do with ad security. Google is already using it. There's like, it's for secure movements on the internet. So anytime we're talking about this Web 3.0, correct me if I'm wrong, is that Poly? No, that's Dot. That's Dot, right?
DOT.
Dot. Yeah, DOT. I think Dot is also crypto. Let me just real quick while iron is hot.
And you know,
Let me
and you
just-
know, Dot is moving, right? Dot was, that's Polkadot.
Polka
You know,
Dot. Yeah.
Polkadot is moving, right? Polkadot was $10, as low as $10, and I had Polkadot at $10. I had it at $40 when I originally bought it, and it dropped and stayed at $10 for a long time. And that word accumulate, I said I will bring up over and over and over. I accumulate so much at $10 that now it's back to 40 and some. It's almost at 50.
Yeah.
So I went from $10 to $50 in Polkadot.
Yeah, so this is some of those undervalued Web 3.0 type of coins, and when we're talking about the meta, that's the topic of the town right now. I mean, this is great actually that we're having this conversation today about changing and about money. This is really, really the beginning. I remember when broadband came out, I'm on 56K and I went to as much as 112, right? High speed. And then my friend got broadband, basically not gigabit yet, but it was like 16 gigs, 16 megs, up to 30, but I think he was paying for a low 16 megs versus 112 data. I remember the bags under my eyes from trying to finish the internet in one night. So I'm in his house. I'm moving fast, faster than the speed of light, according to the internet at the time. This was like, I don't know, 98, 99 or something like that. They didn't have broadband in my building yet. My point is that feeling of the internet in 1999, 1998, is what this is now. So this new jolt of asset classes, this new jolt of opportunity. There's I don't know where she's from, but I will say she's Black. I don't know where she's from. She made $1 million selling she's 14 years old, selling NFTs recently. She sold 8,000 NFTs. She's been doing it for a while. And then this new jolt of interest has come around that she digitized what she had. She's a millionaire now. She's 14 years old. Who would have thought that? You would normally, to make $1 million, you have Picassos that don't have $1 million. Those artists never made any money. They weren't, they were Renaissance people. They were people of stature, but they weren't millionaires. They didn't have money. Not even, I don't want to use $1 million as that's too much of a big number. They didn't have wealth, right? Now it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know enough about NFTs to say, you know what, I'm jumping into that market. I have a product. I don't know enough about it, but there are people that are buying and selling. And going back to your point about patience and about the now, it's serious. And I'm reading now, Polkadot's decentralized, 3.0 blockchain. This technology, this cross-platform technology is probably, going back to your word, use cases, that should be kind of another underlying word for tonight. That is the most important thing about a coin.
I just created an NFT just now. Keep going.
Create an NFT of this a screen capture of what was going on. But coach, it's not. It's honestly that easy. It could take you about 15 minutes to make a coach coin off of the Ethereum network. You can make your own coin. And we talked about value, right? In that perfect world, you decide what that value is. That's what these coins are. And an NFT is exactly that. Like I explained it to somebody about like Gucci. Like I don't see any value in Gucci. You do. In your world, Gucci's valuable. In my world, it's coach, I'm going to Ocho Rios. That's value to me. Spending quality time with people and saying, hey, and feeling good about saying, I know this guy and he's got an Airbnb. That's value to me. To say, we're going to have this conversation. And next time you go, not this time, but the next time you go, I'm going.
Mhm.
Right? And then what are you going to say? Of course, let's go. Right? That's value to me. Not Gucci, not Versace. Right? But that's what this is what NFTs is. People decide what the value is to them, and then that makes moves. Cardia, Irv 2.0. Please buy something. Please. You'll get it. I'm going to do it too. I was looking at places in DR. You buy it in Ethereum. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Spend $20 just to say you own a property in another world. It's a concept.
Okay, go again.
Yeah.
Let me write it down.
Yeah, Earth 2, I'll link it. But it's
Okay.
just, we're talking about Web 3.0. We're talking about what decentralized is and what the meta is and all of these things. These are, it's so much. And that's why Facebook wants a piece of it. Because Mark changed the way we see the internet. You can't deny that. Bezos changed the way that we buy things. You can never deny that. Bill Gates changed the way that we compute. You can't deny that. We're probably all on PCs right now. You can't deny that. Right? There's certain things that are changing, and Mark, the crazy person that he is, wants a piece of a much bigger thing. He's after legacy right now, which is dangerous. Using sports, I love sports analogies. I found out, or I believed, that Floyd Mayweather was going to be dangerous when he had a conversation with Larry Merchant, which he doesn't like to have conversations with, talked about a legacy versus money. When a boxer's going after a legacy, it's different. He has all the money in the world. Like, he had money. He did okay with his money. He didn't spend it too crazy. He's been broke plenty of times because he didn't pay taxes and he made bad investments. But the point is, he went after legacy. Mark Zuckerberg going after legacy. He's going to be looking at those metas, mana, right? Decentralized land. He's going to be looking for those things. And that chart that I showed last week, I'm watching him because he was making some small money. I got to do the math, coach, on how much was that. It might have been 3, 4, 5%, but you're doing it 3, 4, 5 of the chart that I showed on the insider chart. You know, arbitrage. What we're talking about. It's like, we don't need to get rich overnight.
Yeah.
You can do it at 3% increments every other day. 3% increments, like you said. Watch it low, buy it low, sell it out. You can do that all day long. Not all day, but some people do it all day. I don't have that kind of energy.
Not to cut you, the key thing is, if you have the money, you can do that all day long. Because the more you invest, the more you get. Just that word again, accumulate. The more you can accumulate, the more profit you're gonna make. And the more you're gonna sit home and do it.
There's an investor, not to say he's on the Warren Buffett level, but he's definitely up there. He says the first million is hard. Sometimes it feels like it's impossible. But the second million, it's inevitable. And it's to your point. You already have an accumulation that you can say, you know what, I'm going in with 90K. Right? You're going to take 10%, 10% roughly, 90, 80K. And then that 90, 80K makes X amount because you've already accumulated enough. So marginally, you can make bigger plays, but you got to accumulate. Like, I'm going to do it. Once I'm done with the studio, then I'm going to say, okay, I'm going in with 3K. I'm going in with 4K. And then that 10%, that's a nice payday. That 5%, that's a nice payday for that day. Then I sit and I wait and I let it go. And then I do it again. And then I'm accumulating.
not to cut you, just to
Yeah.
jump in. Just to jump in. You mentioned we were taught to save. In everything in life, you could take good out of bad. You can always do that. Okay? And you can have bad, vice versa. Okay? But at the end of the day, we have to live and we have to learn. Give me a second. Will's trying to get in. We have to live and learn. So that accumulating that we speaking on, I did that through realizing that, oh my God, I've been doing this with the bank for years. Oh shoot, I'm broke. COVID opened up my eyes and say, even if you have some money, blink your eye and it's gone. Because when you're home and you have to spend it because there's no more salary coming in, that money dwindles. That's called saving. It's going down because you're home, not working anymore. That savings, it goes away. But before it went away, I invested, like you said, before it went away. Then I looked at it and I said, oh my God, I can't spend. I got to find something to do, even though I'm not working right now. If it was $10,000 that you had left, you invest it, like you said, and you accumulate. That's still a good amount to accumulate. Okay? So basically what I'm breaking down is this. Hold on. Will mute for a second. We hear your car.
Okay.
Yeah, we see
I'm my fault. I'm just getting off.
Okay. Oh, you're getting off the highway?
No, just getting off work.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Whenever, oh yeah, I don't hear the noise anymore. So you're good now. Yeah, you're good. Welcome, Will. We're having a great discussion here, man. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm at McDonald's about to get kids food right quick.
All right, no problem. So mute if you don't mind in the meantime.
Yep, I will.
Pick me up a 20 piece real quick, Will.
I think he muted. Yeah, but real quick, Hector, so you can get back on the points you were making. You know, it took me a while to start to feel like I can now stay home, which I'm still not staying home, but I am at that point where I can say, you know what, I'm not going to go to work. I'm just gonna do what you're saying, but I'm not ready to do that. You know why? Because I want to accumulate more. Yeah, I want to accumulate more. You know, because you know why? Still way too early. Still way too early.
100% agreed. I mean, going circling back, passive income is extremely important, and I wish I would have had this conversation with my younger self. Dividends, stocks that pay dividends, the Warrens, they preach those types of stocks because they pay you. When you're sure not a lot, but when you accumulated X amount, you can make a day's pay with that accumulation. You have it. It's coming to you every month.
Yeah.
Depending on what your lifestyle is like, you may not need enough or that much. I know that I don't, have vices. I don't, overdrink. I just had a orchard beard, cider beer. I'll maybe drink 3-4 beers a week. I don't have these things that are going to, when I do decide to retire, are going to pull from me. But the goal now in your 30s and 40s, should be to have accumulated X amount, especially in your 30s. But going back to savers, a generation of savers, that's what we were doing, but that did nothing for you at 1%. Now you can do, I haven't done it. I haven't been managing my 401k, but you can do like QQQ strategies in your 401k to accumulate at least 7% a year versus the possible 1% that your bank is going to give you. And that conversation is like mind-boggling. It's a brain bust to say, wow, you guys were trying to give me 1%, which I just looked at my Coinbase and they gave me $2 on a one of those learning things on CeeLo, and that $2 became $17 or something. I didn't work for that. Like, imagine if I would have put any money in CeeLo. It went up 600% since I had it, but I wasn't paying attention. 600%. We just talked about this accumulation over time. And going back to what I said earlier, this is not my quote.
Hey, sorry. Bat, just so you know, Bat just went from $1 to 106.
Yeah.
It just went across my screen.
And even BAT, I can't tell you when I heard of it, but it's definitely around the time when I heard about VET. It was VET, Tron, and BAT. And BAT is the one that's been up there. I don't know how long I've been tracking it. Let me look at the year. Yep, there it is. Yep, 2020, January, let me see, March, 11 cents in March. 11 cents, BAT.
You see me?
So that's 10x.
Can you see me?
Let me go back to the screen. Yeah. So the conversation back then were those three, BAT, VET, and Tron. And that was from March of when I kind of started thinking about, investing. And going to your point is you got to go get the ball down court and then run the play again. It's all good. Like I say bitter for lack of a better word. Sure, it's a level of being discouraged, but at the end of the day, you got to look at it and go, there are others. Will, I was talking about CeeLo. I don't know if you've ever heard me. I know that you took your CeeLo and you flipped it. The CeeLo from Coinbase, right? And I'm looking at CeeLo. CeeLo went up 600% from the time that they gave it to me, that they gave it to us, right? Because we both did the same thing. And this accumulation and this learning, and you got on it a little bit later, but Coach was talking about the use case of these coins. The more we start attaching ourselves to crave the knowledge of what the use case is for, and then connecting those dots. So Coach was able to connect the dot with Mana, Decentralized, and Facebook, right? So Facebook, and I've been out of it. Like, and this is why I need to be in these groups, because I'm in my own world. I'm doing the studio, photography thing, and I have not been doing my research. But I can equally connect it to now and go, of course it went up. And this is the reason why. And the use cases are the most important thing. And again, it's not really about
I gotta make a
point, and I'm just reminding myself, it's not about the 600%. It's about seeing that 600% a year ago and going, all right, I'm going to put in $1,000. Let's say we spend, you just spent $30, $40 on food right now, or whatever it was, right?
Right.
Some people do that on the regular, every day. Start adding it up. Take 10% of that and put it into crypto. I'm not saying you generally, but anything. I remember when I snapped out of Starbucks, I was like, I'll never buy coffee again. I get coffee at work for free. I get coffee at home for free.
Yep.
Why do I want to go out for coffee? Explain that to me. I remember going out to clubs. I won't expose myself, Cardi, I promise. And then going, why am I going to buy a bottle? Because I know that bottle's overpriced. I'm going to buy a couple of drinks. I don't need to look cool. I am cool. Like, that was me in my 20s.
Me too.
And then just making that connection. So now it's like, we need to connect these dots. This is a great convo because I'm getting that ball, Coach. I'm going down court. I'm hustling.
Yes,
I'm gonna just
sir.
be a I'm not gonna fall out, but I'm gonna be a bully in the paint.
Listen, Hector, what I want from you, I'm gonna do this on live. What I want from you is this, and I'm saying it because I see that you have great knowledge when it comes to crypto. So what I want from you is for you in the next, what are we now? November. This is the 1st of November. By the time December 31st comes, I want you to 7x your money. That's what I want from you. Whatever money you decide to accumulate and invest, I would like to see you 700%, or hey, if you want to say, hey, just 700%. That's the goal. That's what I want from you. That's your goal. If it goes way beyond that, great. But with the knowledge that you have, I would like to see you set that goal and accumulate, not just accumulate coins, but accumulate money. Because you need it, based off of the fact that you want to do things with your studio. There's a lot of things that I hear you say you want to do, and you're holding, but with the knowledge, and when I say you're holding, that means you are invested. I know XRP is like your biggest investment, but I know you're holding. But I want you to now use your expertise and get that 5%, get that 10%, and accumulate that money, because you do know what you're talking about, especially if you put that use case to work. That's a no-brainer when you have that use case.
Yeah, for sure. The use cases and I guess I gotta drop off soon, but talking about these coins again, we're not analysts. We're just preaching to the choir. Preaching what we know. There's a couple of coins, I guess to your son's point, that will jump, but it's gonna reset. It's gonna stabilize.
You muted yourself.
I say this often, the market cap. Watch the market caps on these coins. Actually there's 4. Definitely the use case. When people ask me about a coin, the first thing that I say is, what does it do? Because we're putting ourselves ahead of these meme coins, chasing that 10x, 15x, 20x. That's all cool. That feels great. But the idea is, like, those bats have been around for a while. The decentralized have been around for a while. So saying, I'm using Will, I'm not picking on you, Will, tonight, but I'm using Will as that McDonald's. Because to me, it was Starbucks years ago. When I snapped out of it, I'm like, what the hell am I doing buying Starbucks? Right? So sometimes we buy in excess, and if we take X amount, which I'm going to do again, because I did it in the beginning. It was $20 here, $30 there, $40 there. And then it was like $1,000, another $1,000. But it started with like $20, $40 here and there. The point is, these use cases, sorry, I hear the door. These use cases, that's when the accumulation kicks in early. And that's when you're able to say, you know what, out of the course of the year, I was able to put in X amount out of the course of the year to get in early. The SHIBs. Now the new one apparently is Floki. The name of Elon's dog, I think, is called Floki. So there's a Floki coin now. So these things are cool, but that is gambling versus investments. And it's okay to gamble. I'm not saying it's wrong. I don't do it. It's not my cup of tea. I don't have the stomach for it. But the accumulation, and again, what I saw last week with Facebook, with Mark Zuckerberg, not Facebook, buying Facebook. Sorry, was he selling? He was selling. So he was selling Facebook stock for an entire year. That meant a lot. Because he's rebuying it more than likely. He's getting rid of very specific amounts And it's very, very systematic, strategic, 1000%. So the way that he was doing that, Will, I don't know if you were on, or Abraham, I don't know if you were on, but I was showing a website. I can repost it where you can see trades being done from high level people, chair people, CEO people, and I was showing Mark Zuckerberg's trades.
Hey, I've seen that website before, and I got
Yeah.
on it before, but I didn't lock it in my computer, and
Gotcha.
I didn't even know how to get back to it again. Because
I'll post it.
you can see the trades that everybody does, like Nancy Pelosi, everybody,
So
all the big trades.
this is done to combat inside trading. So there's a law, there's something that allows this to happen. So it's to combat, to say, okay, if you're going to trade excess amounts, everybody needs to know about it. So the information is out. Because
Have you heard about that this new investment that they doing that Elon is coming up with?
Doglon.
I can't remember what it's called.
is it a coin or what is it?
Doglon.
What is it called?
Doglon. Dogilon.
No. It's a whole new investment. Like they got people like Michael Jordan in, like it's already like almost $1 trillion.
Okay. Is that the
investment.
coin? Is this like the Mars coin or something?
No, it's not a coin at all. It lets you get in on. Oh man, I have to look it up and then I'll see how I can post it.
Yeah,
I forgot what it's called.
It has something to do with space travel, right?
Yeah, space travel, but it's like a new stock market that they doing, and they got billions of dollars into this thing already. Like Mark Zuckerberg is in it, Michael Jordan is in it. Like they got hundreds of millions of dollars invested already into it.
Okay.
So I have to look it back up, see what it was, and let you know.
Check it out, because I've seen a coin, and it's all connected to. It might be connected to that, so they're calling it that. So people jump on the coin and they ride the coin. So the coin is Elon, and the market cap is extremely impressive. It's at 1.2 billion right now.
Whoa.
Which is crazy. That this might be a spinoff of what you're talking about. So somebody got the coin, somebody created a coin, created a Dogilon Mars, and the coin is called Elon, ELON, and it's already at 2 billion market cap. So the last 24 hours they traded $250,000. The last 24 hours. So that might be one of those, let me see if I can put 5 on it real quick. Let me put 5 on it.
Right.
Because, listen, these meme coins, they're not plain. People are becoming people with these damn meme coins. It's out of control.
Yeah, it is.
It's just it's out of control. And it's like the old saying, don't hate the game, don't hate the player, hate the game. I can't sit on the sidelines no more. Coach, I'm getting that ball. I can't sit on the sideline because the numbers are the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers are the numbers.
Hey, they got a couple Enu tokens that's coming out. And man,
Well, the new one is Floki. The new one is Elon's dog's name is, I think, is Floki, and they came out with Floki coin, and here's Floki making 600%, like in a week. But going back to Elon, the Elon coin, if that's what it is, I'm watching it right now. It's on. I'm looking at the metrics. That's one of those things that it's like, just jump in and see what happens. What's going to happen? It can't be that volatile and you lose everything. Let it sit there for a year. I don't care. you know, and who knows? I
Because
mean,
you know
right now
they
this thing
sold they
is
sold.
you're in the matrix. You came out, Will.
So right now you can put some money into it and let your stuff overnight. You might have
Yeah,
300x overnight.
this is disgusting. This Elon coin went up 46,000%. I'm gonna not go to sleep tonight. 46,000. What the hell's going on here?
46,000. And how long did it take for it to get 46,000%? You muted.
Because I was laughing. I didn't want to. So it started in May. Elon coin just started in May, and the more people talk about Elon, people start investing. I mean, it's a 1.2 billion market cap, and it's one of these. It's at 6 zeros. Is it 6 or 5 zeros? 1, 2, 3. It's a 5-0 coin currently, and it's scary that you can take X amount of money that you're not going to miss. It's sitting in your savings already.
Right.
Pretty much deteriorating. That $500 is not going to be worth $500 next year, considering inflation and whatever thing's happening. It's not going to be called 500 next year. I mean, this is the reason why I told my mother, sell your house in Dominican Republic. Because if it's not being rented out for American dollars, it's not in an area where it's not a tourist area. What are you going to do with that?
Right.
It's worth more here. It's worth more, in North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, somewhere. Invest somewhere. But well, I'm gonna definitely look up Dot. I'm writing this down. I don't got my pad with me. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go get my pad. I'm intrigued with this Dog Elon situation, because this is some crazy numbers right here.
Well, I jumped in that thing quick with the quickness when I saw that.
You've been watching it, or you already jumped in?
I don't even watch it. I just jumped in sea and hope I don't drown.
What did you get it on? Oh, but you're in Florida. That always reminds me.
Crypto.com.
Crypto.com has it?
Yeah. I just looked at it on the phone. You can't even buy it. That you try to buy that thing, it ain't letting you. Too many people buying it.
But it's available for purchase on Crypto.com?
Yeah.
Maybe it's available in KuCoin. If it's available in KuCoin, I'm gonna make a purchase in the next probably 24 hours if I can figure out how to buy coins on KuCoin.
Mm-hmm.
Because KuCoin, I only sent coins there. I haven't even bought anything yet.
Hey, look, my phone screen froze
Oh,
on Elon.
send it in the chat, because this is critical right now. We're going into. You talk about that 700%. You're making me make some moves tonight.
Hey, let's go. I'm holding you accountable.
Listen, this Elon situation right now with a 1.2 billion market cap, that's scary, because if this Dogelon idea starts breaking, this coin is already ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So look at this. It was at 6 zeros in May. It's at 5 zeros now. Oh no, it's not. It dropped. It's back to 6 zeros. I can't even count. No, it's still at 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. Yeah. Who knows if that's the next SHIB? I'm ready for it. I'm ready this time.
So how do you get it?
I don't know. I think
Crypto.
Coach is not giving the information. Coach already has like 6 billion coins right now. He already bought them. He bought them all.
Hey, you funny.
He sending messages to Cardia. Like, we rage.
Hey, the next coin gonna have his face on it.
It's gonna be Coach of the Whistle. It's gonna be called Coach Coin.
Hey,
Right.
let's do it.
The little logo is him with a whistle, blowing a whistle.
Let's do it. Hey, I jumped right in. Like I said, man, I jumped in that water quickly, man.
But you said crypto.com allows the sale?
Yeah. Well, that's where I bought it
So
at.
I might have to go. I swear, I am gonna go. I said this before, and I gotta just do it. I think I'm gonna go back to Dominican Republic just to get Abraham. You live now officially. He's out the darkness.
No, the baby girl,
So-
man. She's just,
Everything good? The baby's up. So I think I'm gonna have to go back to the Dominican Republic because that's how I was able to start my KuCoin, but I can't re-authenticate because the phone that I got, the carrier, won't allow calls here. So they were like, "Oh yeah, it's international." No, it's not international. You lied to me. You were misinformed. So I can't authenticate on other systems. Having a telephone from another country. And I am a citizen from over there, so I'm not lying to anybody. I'm a citizen, so I can say that I'm out there, and I'll be my text messages will be on a phone number over there, and if I need an address, I'll put my address over there, and I have a bank account from over there, but the damn phone is a problem right now. So I think I'm gonna have to do
It's a prepaid, ain't it?
It's a prepaid, but no, it's not a prepaid. It's an official line, but it's not an international like that service. It's not an international service.
Oh, you have to get an international service line.
I have to get a service line. I'll continue paying it. I don't care, just so I have that phone number that allows me to make calls. I was looking for a service that'll be a web service, like a Google
Right.
phone line.
Right.
So I have to look into that because if I can authenticate with text, it's game on. Because I have an address, I have a bank account, I have my ID, my government ID. So I'm an official. I was born there, so there's nothing. I'm official. But that'll give me what you Floridians already have. Darn it! That'll give me that I'll trade anything because that'll put me on the. It's New York. New York has so many restrictions.
Yep.
But Abraham, you're in Florida also, right? You guys,
yes, sir. Florida, man. Yep.
guys.
Hey, Abraham is my neighbor.
Oh Jesus! This is a what do you call it? Cahoots. You guys are in cahoots. His neighbor. Well, listen, if this dog lawn makes some things happen, you may get a third neighbor. I may have to move out there. Listen, I'm willing to roll the dice. I don't mind. Coins like this, I'll do it. Not a problem. I'll roll the dice.
Hey, let's go. I already told you the time frame that you have.
Give me the time frame. I'm doing my homework now. Will appreciate the dog. The dog. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Doglon. Doglon Mars.
Yeah.
I'm doing the research on it. I'm gonna see if KuCoin has it. If KuCoin has it, I'm transferring everything that I have in KuCoin to that. I think I like $300, $300 or $400. It's ADA and Bitcoin, and I already made enough money on both of those from the time that I had it. So I'll definitely roll the dice on the $300-$400 that I got on KuCoin. I'm looking at it right now. I'm gonna find it.
All right, just a second. Savon, in the meantime, while Hector is looking for that, just ask him like a question. All right, so in a sentence, for the topic that you're doing today, money, when you say past, present, and future, can you give a short sentence of the meaning in a little small bracket? What does that mean?
Money, past, present, and future. Well,
Yes.
past, we spoke about trade. So when we all wanted things, we all want things, So trade is how everything started. We would trade things. I make shirts and you make food and we traded. But we want as people, we wanted more than just the food or the clothes. So came in a third, which was the money, a third good. So we buy goods. We have two goods. So there's a third good that gave the opportunity to buy all things that we would need, which is called a third good. So the money is called a third good, as in goods. It gave you the opportunity to buy anything that you wanted to buy. So when we talk about the past, that's the past. Okay, that's how money came to be. Now, past, present, obviously the credit cards, plastic, different forms of money, different types of ways of spending money. And the future, cryptocurrency. So that's what I meant when I put that out there. And thank you for asking that question, because for those who wanted to understand what that meant, that's what that meant. So,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. Back to you, Hector. Where the heck do you go? Where the heck do you go?
Sorry, I didn't hear the last thing. I was
where
on
the heck do
KuCoin.
you go?
I'm in KuCoin looking at the little money that I put in there, and my ADA did actually really well. I think I might have almost doubled my ADA, and at the time when I had Bitcoin, I think I had like $100 in there. It definitely nearly doubled, because I know I did not put in. I got almost $500 in KuCoin. I did not put in $500, so it's currently in my trading account. And if Elon's available, oh boy, we're gonna get some Elon coin tonight. I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to find it. I'm a rookie with KuCoin. I don't know how to use it.
What is the Elon coin?
Oh, that's the coin. There it is. I found it. Elon. That's the coin that Will was talking about a new thing. And the new thing is Doglon. So I don't know what it is yet. I just heard it being about space travel. So Doglon Mars, and he's saying that people are investing, the Michael Jordans, and people are taking it seriously. So what happens with all of this stuff is there's a coin now, and when there's talks about something, people create a coin. And those coins are not called altcoins. Those coins, this is actually good information to have. These coins are called meme coins. The SHIB and the Doge, those are all meme coins. And it's like, you know what, let's try this. It's throwing crap at the wall and seeing if it sticks. And when everybody says, this is the power of cryptocurrency, if everybody says yes, in this case, 1.2 billion went into Elon coin, that's a lot of market cap. So that would jolt the price. And if that SHIB is actually surpassed, let me check my money, check my numbers. I believe SHIB surpassed XRP. Definitely surpassed Dogecoin. So the market cap, which is the interest of all of the people that hold that coin, it's the interest. All the money accumulated in that coin is the market cap. It's everybody. That grew overnight, basically, and it's at plus 10 million for SHIB. So it's number 9 right now, I believe. I thought it was number 6. Maybe it went down a little bit. So the Elon coin is 1.2 billion. So that says it's serious. That's serious in my book. And in the last 24 hours, 250,000 was traded back and forth. So there's activity. So that's how I read the charts left to right. There's activity in that. Usually the 24-hour clock is the next number after the market cap. So I guess to sum up, what Coach talked about earlier is the you say the money, not the money. What did you say? Not the frequency. I'm trying to figure out the word you use. You said accumulation. So the accumulation is the market cap. So reading it from left to right, it's how many people believe in it, the accumulation of the coin, and then how much is it being traded? Are people actually holding on to it, or they're moving the coin? And moving the coin is healthy. It's Coach said this earlier, that volatility, it's actually a good thing for cryptocurrency because you want to do this. As long as it's up in the way, you want it to go up and down because that gives you that 3% here and there, 3% here and there, 1 to 3% here and there. That's great money. That's the way investors do it. As long as it keeps going on an up little arrow, slow and consistent, that's great. And if you get those big bounces, great, buy low. That means it's on. What does that mean, Coach? What did you call it? When it crashes, what does it mean? You
I
said
don't remember. What did I say?
it goes in a sale rack. Clearance.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man.
So it goes clearance. I should have bought a lot of Bitcoin on clearance, but I was stupid. Nah, I just didn't have the money. I wanted to, but I didn't have the money. But yeah, Bitcoin went to 28,000, in the summertime. Now it's doubled. Unbelievable. Anybody that didn't buy?
Any predictions for the Christmas?
Hey, just to touch on what was I gonna touch on? Hector, you can hear me? As I'm saying this to you, Hector.
Yeah, I hear.
Yeah. Don't forget about Ecomi because and I'm mentioning that because we're talking about Decentraland. Don't forget about Ecomi, because that's gonna play a big factor in NFT.
Say that one more time. What's the name of it?
Ecomi. That's gonna play a big factor.
I don't know, Ecomi. If you've mentioned it before, I didn't take notes. I'm looking at it now.
ECOMI. That has a lot to do with the NFTs. So buying into something like that nobody's talking about is equal to buying into Decentraland at 20 cents when nobody was talking about it.
Oh, it's at double zeros. That's attractive.
That's what I'm talking about. So remember what I told you by December? I'm just saying, fine. Hey, accumulate and you said it. You do like the rich folks do, and invest and make that little percent, put it away, and just put something in like an Ecomi and let it ride. Keep accumulating in it.
So just looking at quick numbers, I always like to just throw these. I'm gonna give you your flowers now. So Ecomi went up 30% in the last 24 hours. I'm sorry, the market cap in the last 24 hours went up by 30%, 28.99. The market cap is, I'm just giving these numbers out. Market cap is 1 million for Ecomi. And to underline what you just said, which is really important, Coach. When nobody's talking about it is one, it hasn't hit it hasn't hit the media the way that we see things. The other thing is it's a possibility the Ecomis of the world, because of its price and because its circulation, it has the potential to go up. So going back to circulation, SHIB will not make a penny. Probably not in my lifetime. Because it will require 4 trillion market cap. 400 million is a stretch. 400 million. 4 trillion? Let me just use these quick numbers real quick. This was broken down to me, and I may have to fact check myself, but this is how I remember it. In days, in seconds, 1 million is 11 weeks. 1 billion is 32 years. There's no comparison between 1 million and 1 billion. We don't understand our brains don't understand those numbers. But if you break it down into seconds, you'll see the difference between 11 weeks and 32 years. So the span between 1 billion and 1 trillion, forget 4 trillion, just between 1 billion and 1 trillion, our minds cannot fathom. We just don't understand those numbers. So I say that to say, Ecomi, coach, only has 166 billion coins. That's kind of realistic. The fact that it's at double zeros right now, that's kind of realistic. A coin that has 5 zeros attached to it, you won't ever see a set because it's too cheap and there's too many of them. So just to your point on the accumulation, it's going to take a ridiculous amount. I mean, this is not just praying to one God. This is praying to all the gods and have all the gods agree that other gods exist. That's the prayer. I never said that out loud before. That's the prayer. Praying to all gods and having all gods agree that other gods exist. It's not going to happen. Most gods are jealous gods.
Now you're talking about SHIB.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, because we want to make it clear because we don't want people to think that you're talking about Ecomi.
Yeah. So things like SHIB that you need 4 trillion market cap, it's very far fetched. It's just really that concept is that number is astronomical. Is it's not even the right word. Again, if you break down 1 million to 1 billion. It's just too far apart. People don't understand how much Jeff Bezos is worth. 130 billion. We've never heard of that number before. We've never heard of that number. It's too high. So now we're talking about Ecomi. That's realistic, and it's another good one. It's ranked at 213, so it's still a sleeper. And a sleeper. If you put 500 on a sleeper, how much is that? That's like 100. Will, it's not another shot at Will. This is about 100 Happy Meals. So that's like 3 years worth of Happy Meals if you go to McDonald's 3 times a week, right? So we just say, we're gonna put 5 on it. That's something that I will definitely put 5 on it and let it sleep.
All right.
Because if that thing. Don't give me another one because I'm not trying to get rich overnight.
I'm going to break it. Listen, I'm going to break it down for you. And give you information that you're going to need. And as I said, people need to do their own research. All of this NFT talk, all of this, NFT is going to do this and NFT is going to do that. I got some really important news to give you. The biggest player in the NFT market is going to be Ecomi. That's how much it's sleeping. When you talk about use case and understanding why you should own a coin and why you should really accumulate as much as you can, the amount of Ecomi that I have will never be enough. That's how much time I have to accumulate more. That's how much time other people have to accumulate more. When you're speaking about SHIB doing what it's doing and making people billionaire and millionaires, it hasn't scratched the surface of what I believe Ecomi is going to do. And what do I mean by that? That VV app, where you can buy NFTs, buy and sell NFTs, Ecomi has everything to do with that. Do your own research and check it out. Ecomi has everything to do with that VV app. That's the most popular app where you can buy NFTs. So Ecomi is sleeping.
So just to shed a little bit of light on the NFTs and all the major league players are going to be using NFTs the same way that Mark Cuban took Bitcoin seriously the same way that Tesla has a ridiculous amount of Bitcoin in their basically their balance sheet. They own a lot of Bitcoin, and that helped them a great deal. NFTs are going to be licensed by the NFL. If the NFL jumps on it, probably Major League Soccer will. Like, they're going to really push it because it's an investment opportunity for them as well. So anything that's connected, I'm going to do my research on Ecomi, but anything that's connected to NFTs, aka Ethereum, is where NFTs are usually built from. So Ethereum has to go up. Can it surpass Bitcoin? That's a loaded question. It does definitely have the potential to do it. People can easily jump ship from one to the other. Will they? It doesn't. We don't know, because we're valuing Bitcoin at such a high, and it has such an enormous market cap. So it could collapse a lot of systems, I guess, that are built around Bitcoin. Not systems, because it doesn't have systems. Just ideologies. People feel comfortable with Bitcoin. That's why it's where it is. But with that said, anything, I'm gonna do my research. But anything that's connected to the meta, or anything that's connected to NFTs, or anything that's connected to DeFi, DeFi meaning Chainlink, ADA. I can't think of another big one right now, but those are the biggest two. Cardano and Chainlink. Those are all DeFi. Smart contracts and those type of systems are no-brainers. Those are 20 to 30% gains over time, and the accumulation of those is very, very important. I wish I would have bought more Cardano. I have probably, I don't know, maybe $600 worth of Cardano, and I didn't buy it. Honestly, I didn't take it as seriously as I should have, because I saw it chilling at like 60 cents, 50 cents, 30, 20, I think maybe 20 cents. I don't even think it made my board. I have some things on my board, some new things, some old things, but no, it didn't make it. Stella's up 30%, which is nice.
In order to buy Ecomi, you have to either buy it through Litecoin or Ethereum. So pretty much you can't just go on an exchange and just buy Ecomi. So I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm sharing this information to my group here that Ecomi is going to be a big, if not the biggest player in NFT. Doesn't matter if the NFL adopts it, doesn't matter who adopts it later, they all got to buy it from somewhere. And Ecomi owns that VV app, that VV wallet. And that VV wallet is getting a lot more recognition than Ecomi. So just imagine the child getting more recognition than the father or the mother.
So what is on crypto? Is it on crypto?
It's
How
on.
you get it though?
I'll tell you right now. Give me a second. I've been holding that thing for almost a year now. And I'm just gonna keep on accumulating it. It was tough for me to let go of some Ethereum to buy it. It was tough for me to let go of some
All right.
Litecoin to buy it.
I'm just gonna say this, Coach. When you do what you do, I just want to borrow your yacht like twice a year. All right, that's all I'm asking. I'll keep it. I'll bring it back fueled, cleaned. Just don't forget about the little people. All right.
Listen, man.
What
You
about
can
the
say
jet?
that.
What did Kadia said?
The jet.
Oh, she said the jet. What about the jet?
No, I don't want a jet. The thing with a jet is the big difference between a jet, and I'm gonna probably change your mind about a jet. The thing about a jet is you can't keep it in the air. if you leave the yacht out, you don't even have to pay for docking. Just leave it out. Nobody owns the water. You can't keep a jet in the sky. That's the big difference. That's big boy talk right there. The jet costs a lot of money to keep it in the air. The yacht costs zero to keep it off on the shore. Zero. That's how the rich think. Real talk. That's the big bars for tonight. Jet or yacht. Most people are gonna go for the jet. But they're amazing yachts. They're houses on water. Amazing. So that's all I ask, Coach. Twice a year, let me borrow it. Let me be just big baller. I won't bring any more than 50 people on it, I promise. I'll bring it back fueled and clean.
All right. And I'm a
Sorry. Go ahead, babe.
go ahead.
No, Hector was saying that he wants to borrow your yacht. So I'm saying, Hector, to where all things going now, you should be having your own yacht. We're
That's a-
aiming for growth as a team. So
That's true, but Big Willie talk. Let me give you another bar. Get a friend with a yacht.
right?
Yo, hey, Hector, you good? You really good.
Yeah,
bro.
it's
Real good.
expensive and it's a lot of maintenance. Just get
Real
a friend.
Real
Got you.
good. Hmm.
So you say, like
Yes.
when people borrow people money for make money, you want to borrow your friend yacht.
Yeah, no, just to ball out. You know what? Out of those 2 days, I promise you, one day I'm just gonna be me and just a nice drone shot. It'll just be me on it with a champagne, with white Speedos. I just want my belly out hanging, just happy. Just
Future
happy.
neon. What
Yeah,
is it?
just happy.
Neon?
Yeah, neon green, just happy.
Right, future.
And then the other day I invite some people. But yeah, I'm gonna look at the Seacomi. That might be my yacht money right there. My yacht money.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, that is something to hold. And again, we're on the YouTube channel, sharing our information. We formed a group to help each other and to just love the thing that we're doing, and for anyone out there, please do your own research, because we're doing this because we want to get together and share just the same way I just share Ecomi with you guys. And I have mentioned it before, but there's a lot on everybody's plate and maybe we forget. That's why we come on a weekly basis and we sometimes repeat ourselves. Somebody might have missed something that we've said in the past. And Will, to answer your question, where do you get Ecomi? You get it from Bitforex, and I put it in the chat as well. So it's Bitforex, Bitforex. And in order to buy it, again, you have to go, wherever you have your Ethereum or your Litecoin, which for me, I have that in my Coinbase and, a couple other places too. But, you can buy that with Ethereum or
Gas fees high.
Huh?
The gas fees super high right now, probably.
Yep. Well, you know what? The number of Ecomi that I have, I wish I didn't have to pay a gas fee because it took some. I was like, man, I could have had some more Ecomi, but you got to pay that gas fee, man. But it is what it is to accumulate Ecomi. And like I said, I had to lose some ETH. So just imagine, ETH is nothing to lose.
I know. That's why I don't never want it. That's why I really don't want to do that. If I got to use ETH, because they're going to take my ETH, man. They're going to use me all up by the time I pay for the gas fees.
Exactly. So you see how important can Ecomi be if you got to use something valuable to buy it.
Right.
Think about that. This is not, let me go put some cash in it. You're using something that is so valuable. You know how valuable ETH is? You think Bitcoin is valuable? Think about everything on Ethereum and think how is everything on Bitcoin?
But see, you don't got to use Bitcoin for nothing. You got to use Ethereum for everything.
Yes. So how valuable
say that last part.
You got to use Ethereum for everything.
So I
Hey,
looked up some information.
even to buy Ecomi.
Yeah. So the idea is any NFT, 90% of them are going to use Ethereum. So this is something that I just found. Partnerships, the marketplace has partnered with highly reputable brands and organizations like Batman, Superman's, Harley Quinn, Ghostbusters, the National Football League, Major League Baseball. These high profile partnerships provide credibility and worthlessness to the platform, such as brands and companies don't partner with entities without going through due diligence on them. So
Can you
these
please read
major,
that again?
this is Ecomi.
Can you please
So-
read that again?
Absolutely. So I'll read the first one line, which is probably the most important. The marketplace has partnered with highly reputable brands and organizations like Batman, Superman, Harley Quinn, Ghostbusters, and the National Football League and Major League Baseball. So for Major League Baseball to pair up with like a company like New Era, right? That's huge for New Era, right? This is licensing. Now for you guys that don't know or don't care, money in movie theaters are not made by your tickets. They're made by concession. The licensing, they have to buy a ridiculous amount of the film rights are very, very expensive. Yankees don't make money off the games. They don't make a lot of money off the games or any sports organization. They make money off licensing. All of the licensing that goes into the merchandise is where they make their money. The games don't make money for the owners. The licensing does. All of the things that come from those brands. So when you have a company like the NFL, when you have a company like Major League Baseball, Batman and Superman, those are ridiculous big companies, those brands. So Ecomi is tied into that because it's going to be the NFT world. In the NFT world, this is something that's really important. We talked about generational wealth earlier. I mean, this has been a really long podcast. Very, it's worth its weight in gold. And I try to talk about generational wealth as much as I can. It's possible that I'm not going to be able to ride a yacht on what's happening right now in Web 3.0. But my kids are definitely. So my accumulation on accumulating, is that the word of the night? Part of it, right, Coach?
Accumulate,
Right?
yes, accumulate.
So my job to try to accumulate as much as I can, and I have to share a lot of this with my wife and say, look, these are my coins, and this is how you can get to them. If I, if something happens to me, God forbid, because this is not, it may not be in my lifetime, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna try, obviously. I want to have a yacht and neon green Speedos, but I'm okay if it doesn't happen. I'm totally okay with it.
I'm
Because
gonna
the
pause you
idea-
right there. I'm gonna
Yeah.
pause you right there. I understand what you're saying, and we're gonna build generational wealth, but it's happening tomorrow. See how time flies? Time flies. So it's happening
Yeah.
in our lifetime.
Let me 1000%, and I'm gonna tie that in. It's funny you just said that when I was gonna read the next point off of this what I'm reading, and I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna share what I'm reading. The meta is AI, VR, AR. That's what the idea of the new Facebook branding is, to say we are not just social media, because that's all that Facebook is known for. Nobody understands that they data mine. Nobody understands that they steered an election. Let's keep it a buck. They were able to steer an election with social media, not just Facebook, all social media, because of the data mining, because of the possibilities of advertisement dollars, right? This is the power that they have. They want to take it to the next level for the next 20 years, 30 years, the next lifetime. So this last sentence sums this up really, really well. This last bullet point. Augmented reality, AR, one of the unique features of the platforms are it's the AR tools. These tools enable to bring your digital collectibles to life out of a smartphone project and project them into virtual reality using the VV mobile application. So the idea that you're able to even consider, the idea that you're even able to consider a new system that's AR, VR, AI is beyond our understanding. It's beyond our understanding. It's talking very basic arithmetic and going into high level quantum physics. So we got algebra, geometry, trigonometry, calculus, 2 other levels in there with statistics, high level statistics, and then quantum physics. That's where we are with this. We're light years ahead. So if coach is talking about one of these things that we talked about use cases earlier, right? Which is super important. This is very attractive to me. And I'm not an investor. I'm just trying to preach the word I know. But this is a use case. I feel like you've been holding out, coach.
Listen, you're funny. Listen,
I
all
just
right.
need 2 days at the yacht, just 2 days.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest and real on the YouTube. Every day, I just stay locked in and focus on myself. I taught my kids that in order for you to have your success by scoring this ball, 5 against 5. If I have a guy that I could teach to take the ball up on 3 guys and they can't stop him, keep doing it. Okay, you gotta look out for yourself because you want to make sure people are aware that you locked in and you focus. So take it up on 3 guys. Let them stop you. If they prove they can stop you, drop it off to the next man. When you drop it off to the next man, have the same mentality. And when you build a group of people like that with the same strong mentality that I'm going to try to help myself, you'd be surprised how we end up working together. Because I tell them, if you really, really can't score when you try to take it up on 3 guys, let them figure out how to stop you. Once they try to stop you and they're having some success, use your teammates. That's why I'm a big fan of Kobe. He doesn't care what nobody say. He'll shoot 100 times. He'll shoot more if you tell him he shoots too much. It's my job to find something else that I do well. And that's what I do. I do what I do well, and I come on here and I share it. And I'm not a financial advisor, but I know what I do to help myself. And I do share. And it's just, like I said, I'm holding you accountable that by December 31st, you have to show me that what you know, you're going to put it to work. You have a use case. What's your use case? You're going to use the knowledge that you have to build your portfolio to the levels that you want it to go, because you have that knowledge of these cryptocurrencies. So what is your use case? I know what it is. Now you the one that got to go buy that yacht. Go get that yacht, because I'm holding out. Nope. I know it's a joke, but nope. I'm sharing information to everybody every time in the chat, in the text. I'm always sharing information. If you go back and look in your text, I could probably find somewhere where I sent Ecomi. I'm telling you. I know what Savon does. I'm pretty sure I sent that 100 times, or maybe once or twice in the chat. I'm pretty sure I put it in a couple YouTube channels too, a couple YouTube lives. But we're speaking more of it right now because, more and more we speak on something, the more and more people will listen. It's like we're like children. You gotta tell me 10 times before I listen. And that's the way life is sometimes.
Well, here's I guess to close this, because I said I was gonna drop off about an hour ago.
Yeah, and my
but it got exciting.
My wife waiting for me. She wants to get off.
Yeah.
Time to go.
So thinking of the Bitcoins, thinking of the SHIBs, thinking of the Elon coin, those are all great ideas, but the use cases are super important, and it's definitely, you know, I joked about the Happy Meal extra money. I know I have right now. I have 500 in KuCoin that I'm willing to move, and just wait. I'm okay with that. So that's Elon. Now I have to move some money around for Ecomi because I was unaware, and now reading that, I put it in the chat. Reading that says, look, this is a very tremendous use case, and if you have partners, for example, XRP, when they linked up with MoneyGram, I said there's only two ways to move money internationally: Western Union and MoneyGram. That were big players with big money. Sure, you can do it through all different other systems, but those are the systems that are moving billions around. When XRP got involved with MoneyGram, I said that's a use case. That's big. This is big because NFTs, we're not even at the infancy. We're at the fetus levels of NFT. It's not even an infant. It's just a thought. It's an unfertilized fetus right now. That's not even on its way to anything. But anyway, I think those are my last words. I think we're getting the eyeballs from Cardia. No, I'm kidding. But it's late. I got excited. I think Will set it in the with the Elon. The conversation went left with Elon, and now we talked about Ecomi.
Hey, I'll be honest. That's probably the big information.
Ecomi rhymes with my Monet.
My money. I hear you. It don't rhyme. It don't rhyme with yacht.
It don't rhyme with yacht. It rhymes with my Monet. Ecomi and my Monet.
Well,
I wrote it down. It's at double zeros right now. So I'm gonna see you at a cent. And by the way, there's 300 million coins, and they keep 40% of it on reserve. So that says a lot. They locked away 40%. So there's not 300 million roaming. So that's going to keep the price realistic. Not like SHIB. You know, it's going to keep the price realistic. Very exciting times. I definitely appreciate that one. And definitely let's hit that switch. Let's get off this thing. Because I'm excited.
Sir. Hey, let's go, man. Let's get it done. As I said, man, December 31st.
Listen, I'm trying to figure out where to get it. What I said earlier, if you're on a computer, you know, you could do this fancy stuff if anybody cares, you know, make it kind of, you know, so we can have some official look and feel. Once I'm done with the studio, Coach, I'm going to get more aggressive on the YouTube, going into the hashtags, going into ways to bring in other viewers. And also we got to make sure we cut little pieces. We talked about, I've been away from the computer. I've just been like in the studio. Tonight worked out because I needed a rest day. I worked really hard yesterday and I wasn't going to make it yesterday. So I'm glad you did it today. So it worked out for me.
Yeah, we might. As a matter of fact, we talk about this next time because time to get off now.
Yeah.
So you guys have yourself a good night.
Thank you all. Guardian, I see you again. Abraham and Will, thanks for jumping
fellas.
on.
Yeah.
Guys. Yeah, let's get it.
All
he called me my Monet.
He called my Monet.
Please remember to like and leave a subscription, and that's not what I was supposed to say. This is me.
Close it out. You got it. Everybody's tired.
Okay,
talking
please
gibberish.
subscribe and hit that like button, guys.
Yep.
All right.
Definitely.
Have a good one, guys.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Good night.